gathered round that. Now, up until Ravine Cemetery stands almost on the German front lines. Very typical cemetery, you've seen a number. This is really the first one you're going to come into. And you can see the grave. Regimental crest, 2 soldiers in here, 1 Private Warford of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment killed on the 1st of July. Okay, so we have the grave here of Lance Corporal MILNE of the Gordon Highlanders. Say something about it.
Thank you. This is John MILNE. He was 19 when he died on the 13th of November. He's known to lie somewhere in this grave site. He was a Gordon Highlander. This is the battle then of Ravine at the back, and he died on the first day of the fight to take Beaumont Hamel back. He was from Fettercairn, and his parents were Margaret and John MILNE, and he is Magnus's great uncle.
Magnus, do you want to lay that at the foot of the grave? Step back. Let's bow in a moment's silence in commemoration of John MILNE. Thank you all very much. If you want to take a look around the cemetery, we'll give you just a few minutes and I'll call you back to the gate. Now, clearly another trench line. What's this then? This is the German front line. Just take a look at it. Past the British front line up there. Does this look better or worse than the British front line? Better. Looks a little bit deeper, a little bit wider. And it was. As for the dugouts, well, if you look over here behind the sheep, you'll notice the trees there. If you look at them, you cannot see the bottom of them because the ground falls right away there. That is Ravine. It's a natural defensive position. But, top of that, down at the bottom, the Germans had dugouts that went 40 feet down. Concrete line. And the British bombardment starts before the 1st of July. The Germans simply move down to their dugouts and they sit out the bombardment. But there's a couple of other things I want to say here. Look up there. See that group of trees? Top of the ridge there. Kind of circular formation, you'll notice. Any thoughts as to what that might have been? Not quite artillery. Think back to yesterday afternoon.
Mortar.
What you stood in. A mine crater. It was decided the German strong point up there at Hawthorne Ridge should be undermined. The mines would be set off immediately before 7:30 on the 1st of July. But up there at Hawthorne Ridge, someone thought it was a good idea to film it. Meant setting up big camera positions. And it was decided to set that mine off at 7:20. 10 minutes before 0 hour. Boom! Now, if you're the Germans, you're down in these dugouts, you can't mistake the sound of a mine going off. And as soon as it does, what do they realise is going to happen? There's an attack due. So they got 10 minutes to get their men up here in the front line. When they emerge at 7:30, big problems. Germans are ready. There's another tragedy. Every soldier on the back of his uniform had a metal disc, so that commanders further back to the doctors could see where men were moving forward. It was a brilliant, bright summer's day. Sun was shining. What's going to happen with these metal discs? It's going to reflect off them, their positions away to those who are up here. Can't believe it. Mistake after mistake. One final thing here. That trench line back there, halfway between the two lines, wasn't there on the 1st of July? Anyone like to suggest a date that it was there? 13th of November, exactly. If you looked at that line back there, you might have noticed it looked like rather like a line of shell holes. It was. Royal Artillery were ordered to fire accurately. Series of shell holes in a line. Royal Engineers crawled out, linked them up to form a new line, and in the evening of the 12th of November, dark of course early in November, men of the 51st Highland Division, Black Watch Gordon Highlanders, crawled out to that new trench line in the early hours of the 13th of November without any bombardment, without any warning. They attacked the German front line, no walking this time, charged straight to it, caught the Germans completely by surprise, overland the front line and moved on to Beaumont Hamel over there. And the first day objective on the 1st of July was finally taken 4.5 months later. But of course there was a cost, and the cost was hundreds of lives, thousands. Many of them lie back in Ravine Cemetery. You've just seen that. Assault battlefield. Commanders were learning, slowly perhaps, but lessons were learned. 13th of November here, 51st Highland Division advanced, took the German trenches, moved on to that first day objective at Beaumont Hamel. And in commemoration of that, this memorial to the 51st Highland Division was erected here. Tilted soldier overlooking their objective, that direction. The emblem of the Highland Division, HD. Highland Division was commanded by Major General Harper. Up to 1916 they had not had a good war. Many knew of them as Harper's duds. We didn't say that about them after the 13th of November 1916. Anyone speak Gaelic? Notice the inscription. The translation is, it is good to have friends on the day of battle.